Now, on last night's programme, Suzi Quatro revealed the story behind her famous leather catsuit and bass guitar playing, which made her the first woman of rock back in the 1970s.
Well, tonight, a documentary, Suzi Q, is being shown for the first time, looking at her story, and that is where we picked up our chat in Essex, which she's called home since the 1980s.
I'm rolling, guys.
Okay. Let's talk about the documentary now. Why now?
It just was the right time. If you're going to do something about the first woman who had success as a female rock and roll musician, it's me. You know, and I've said this for a long time. If you want, who else are you going to do? You have to do the first one.
At that time, rock was a male-orientated business.
She was the first and broke the ice and kicked the door for us gals.
This woman has so much energy, so much talent. She could have done anything.
And we're probably going to be doing a movie now, which is what this is leading to. Yes!
Who do you want to play Suzi Quatro?
I don't know.
You're going to have an opinion though, aren't you? I know.
Me have an opinion? Me? Everything about me is communication and entertainment and honesty. Those are the three words I would use to describe me.
You talked about...
And stubborn.
Well, I hadn't picked up on that.
You liar.
You talked about the fact that you were the first, and you helped sort of spawn a whole load of others who've sort of followed in your footsteps. How proud are you of that? You were this sort of front runner.
Every time a girl in the business comes up to me and tells me that, I just go, oh. But you know, when I'm giving advice to anyone, and I do get quite, you know, even though I'm one of the boys-ish, but there's a little line, you know, where I maintain my femininity and do not cross that line. Because if you cross it, you'll only cross it one time. And I tried to tell other girls this too. You don't have to be like this to be, you don't have to do that. I see some of them do that, don't like that, you know. You are a girl, be a girl, be tough.
Does that make you a feminist? Or what does that
makes me a meist, not a feminist, a meist. I believe that we have a little light, and our job is to find it, switch it on, and let nobody switch it off. See, I just got emotional then. Don't get me started.
Tell us about the future, because again, you're someone that has ambition, still has goals, I guess.
Oh God, absolutely. I'm touring everywhere. I haven't stopped being on the road since January of this year. Can you imagine that? Wow. I just turned 69 in June, so Suzi at 70.
Suzi at 70, name of the film?
Could be.
Another documentary. I've got to read you a quote, if I may, as well, because it's, in a way, it takes you back, but hopefully sort of brings you forward as well. In 1974, a music journalist called Philip Norman, and he said this, he said, of all female rock singers, she appears the most emancipated, a small girl leading an all-man group in which she herself plays bass guitar. The image is of a tomboy, tight-bottomed and twice tattooed, a rocker, a brooder, a loner, a hellcat, a wildcat, a storm child, refugee from the frightened city of Detroit. If that was then, are you now the lady from Essex who's at ease?
I'm exactly the same.
Are you?
You just described me. You did. You know, that's the one thing that I'm, I guess, most proud of. I'm still the rebel. I'm still a pain in the ass. I'm still trouble. I'm still a tomboy. People that know me all this time say I'm pretty much the same girl. I got the emotional age of 6 most of the time.
Long may it continue. Suzi Quatro, it's been lovely to meet you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, my pleasure.
It was lovely chatting to her, and it
Right,
sparked all
isn't she?
sorts of memories from people as well. They've been sending them in. Thanks for some of these. Tom Cooper, he's been reliving Suzi's hits after the reports. His favourite was If You Can't Give Me Love. Jill told us that Suzi was part of her growing up. She always wanted to be her. Was it Suzi big in your household?
Yes.
Complete with leather catsuit?
I think it's probably fair to say that my dad was familiar with Suzi Quatro and probably some of the outfits she wore
I'm sure it might have been that as well, actually. Andrew Sherwood, he sat behind her on a flight to New York years ago, probably
heard her rather than saw her. She's quite small, a bit similar. You can relate to that one. While Dave Bradley, stunning pictures we see, of course, of Dave on our weather section. He actually said that he's got the same tattoo on his arm as Suzi, a star, because of the hits that she had when he was growing up in the 70s. Thank you very much for those. Yeah, lovely.
Well, perhaps you've got your own memory of the first woman of rock you'd like to share with us. Get in touch in the usual ways, and of course, you can see those reports again on the website.
Right, weather time now.